first we jack that up and make sure it's in the right location. And then we use an impact and we take off the lug bolts. You want to make sure you have all your stuff ready. You want to have your new rotor. Make sure that it's the right rotor before you even do the job. Make sure your pads are in order. And we know this is okay because we did the other side. Have all your tools ready. For this, it's the 17 millimeter open end wrench. Oh, 14. Yeah, 14 millimeter. Definitely need a clamp, screwdriver, heavy hammer, and this one here. So now that we got those off, put the bolts safely over here, and then we very gently, we're going to try to get this pried free from both sides, get this off of the wheel. Sit right up here safely. I like to examine it, clean it up and stuff, but nonetheless, be careful not to crimp this hose. And then next we're going to be doing these bolts down here just so we can get the whole thing off. So we're going to release those first. Oh, that way. Okay, and then we're going to
take the pads off. Then we take the bracket off.
Okay. Pads off. Now I can start to finish taking these off and take the whole assembly off, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Now
we're going to get the clips. We're going to take the damn clips off of it.
Yep. Gonna take the clips out. Yep.
All right, so we're going to do that. Yep. The pad touching the metal of the caliper, and then we're going to take the clamp, and the idea is here is to compress it so that it squashes down and gives us the space we need. So next we want to take the rotor off, and it is frozen.
And now we want to take
it off of the wheel.
That's exactly it. No, that's what it sounded like.
Next we're going to put the new rotor and attach that. So the caliper bracket, we're happy with the slides and make sure they retract smoothly.
They move back and forth, which is what you want.
They move back and forth, which is what we want. So then we're going to put the caliper bracket back in place. Okay, next we're going to make sure that
we put these in first.
The clips.
The clips. These spring clips are later.
Spring clips are later, but the retaining clips that hold the pads in place, we have to put them in, and correctly.
You got to put them in.
Fasten them in.
And they only go one way. And they only fit one way. It's a big hill.
Now we're adding the lube to the ends of the brake pads.
Yeah, right onto these little ears.
Because they make the noise if you don't, Dylan.
Exactly. And we don't want that.
So now we're putting the pads in.
I just thought about, I had extra on my hands and I put it on the bottom of my shoe. Yeah. Then I went in the house.
Oh, were you slipping?
No, I hope Lily doesn't get it on her. The springs.
Expander springs? What do you call those?
Yeah, basically, springs. Yeah. So they plug into these holes here.
Yeah.
And they face opposite of each other because your caliper actually acts as the hold at that point.
Okay.
Pinch the pads at the top.
And pushing the caliper back in place.
Yeah, so we pinch the pads to make sure that they're shut. We want this here.
Yep.
But we got to make sure everything fits over. So you got to get it started, get that in, and that's the best thing to do. You start threading your top one. And then this will just swing into place. And you start threading your bottom one.